Max Weber's ideas of charismatic authority and its routinization? Because it seems to me that the schema that you're proposing is a direct reflection of that. And if so, I think the problem here is it's been recognized increasingly that Weber's thesis is heavily ideological. On the one hand, he drew in his interpretation of ancient Judaism from Julius Wellhausen's critique of priestly legal rules, an account that borrowed from earlier Christian privilegings of prophecy. So there's that older Christian condemnation of the halakha that was at the root of Weber's thesis. Secondly, this is some work that I've been doing recently. As Schmidt later says, Carl Schmidt, Weber's argument of the routinization of charisma, or his thesis is a Protestant political theology. By 1600, there's a parallel idea to the cessation of prophecy and miracles in Christian traditions. And this is what Weber seems to be drawing on. It's normative in English Protestantism by 1600. The idea that miracles ceased becomes absolutely dominant in the theist period from about 1700 to 1750, and it's an ideology. It's directed against the notion that there can be further revelations, enthusiasm, legal breakthroughs, rule by fiat. Also, James I cites this idea of the cessation of miracles in the context of describing how his own absolute power is tempered in the same way that the power of miracles in the early Christian church was tempered. So the problem I have here is in the transposition of what turns out to be an ideological theory into an apparently scientific one. I don't doubt that it describes the kind of transition that you're looking at in your materials. I just think that we have to be extremely careful about recognizing it as an ideology rather than as something that's necessarily objective, as increasingly it's recognized that the bases of Weber's own theories were heavily ideological.
This is a fair